Hey, this is Matt. Do you have anxiety around life, maybe work, relationships, or maybe even your goals? You know, it's not uncommon that we hear people talk about anxiety, and boy, the world is full of different ways of coping with it. But I have a way to cope with it that is a little bit different than you might have heard before. You might want to try it too because it really does work. Try getting excited about your anxiety. And I know what you might be thinking. You're thinking, what the hell is he talking about, right? Like, why do I want to get excited about anxiety? That makes me feel horrible. Well, here's why. Because in our space, what we do with coaching, there's anxiety involved, but the anxiety is toward going toward what it is that you want to do. And what you'll hear somebody say, this actually just came up the other day with somebody they were talking about. I have massive anxiety when I say my goal, it causes me anxiety. And so they go away from it and they don't want to say their goal or whatever. And I said, well, why don't you try getting excited about that anxiety? And here's why. Because what you're actually seeing right there with your anxiety is the things that you have to face in order to be free from that anxiety. Like if you say, I want to go do this goal, I want to reach this body weight, or I want to grow my business like this, and you get really nervous about those things, instead of getting upset about those things and letting those things have their way with you and make you nervous, why not get excited about them and actually meet those things head on when they go, okay, well, here's why you can't do this. Here's why that can't happen. Why not just pause and meet that face to face and realize that that's actually there to show you that this is what you have to grow into in order to overcome that. You might say, well, you're going to have to sacrifice a whole bunch of things, right? You're going to have to sacrifice your time with family. You're going to have to sacrifice, um, you know, laying around on the couch all the time, or you're going to have to sacrifice something, whatever it is. Stop and look at that thing. And when it offers that up to you, say, wait a minute, is that true? Because it's this thought and this feeling that's coming up to you saying, this is what you're going to have to do. And this is what you're not going to be able to do. And you can stop and you can look right at that thing and go, is that really true? If I'm wanting to get healthy and fit and it comes to me in the form of anxiety that says, well, I'm not going to be able to go out with my friends anymore. I'm not going to be able to do the things that I used to do. You can stop and you can look that thought right in the face and you can say, is that really true? Does that mean that you're not going to be able to go out with your friends anymore? Hmm. Interesting. That's not 100% true, because I know people that are really fit and they still go out. They still hang out with people. They still eat out at restaurants and things like that. Well, that's interesting. So maybe I can look at what is it that those people do in order to achieve the health and fitness that they want and still be able to go out. And then start seeing myself do that very same thing and realize that when you see yourself doing that thing easily, you're automatically free from the anxiety that used to step up and plague you. It used to just give you the chills and make you freak out, and then you would just run away. And it could do that to you again and again and again, just like the boogeyman jumping out of the bushes, scare you away from your dreams and your goals. So try this little mind hack, this little trick. We use it in the coaching all the time. It's all about adjusting the way that you feel about anxiety. Instead of being upset about anxiety and letting it rule you or letting it control your life, take the time and say, wait a minute, I'm going to get excited about anxiety, because every time anxiety shows up, it's showing me right then and there the things that I actually need to look in the face and overcome so that I can be free from it. And then the next time you find yourself in an anxious moment, you can look anxiety in the face and say, what is it that you're telling me? And it will tell you what it is that it's telling you. This is the thing. And then you can begin to test whether or not that stuff really is true or has to be true, or whether or not you can find new solutions and ways of being to get around that anxiety. And when you do that, you're going to be free from it.